What will you accomplish when you know that you have different tools and different resources? So this morning I was having a conversation with an athlete on a run, and she ran a 5K this weekend with her uncle who has never used intervals before. And when he showed up at the start line, he wasn't sure he'd be able to run. And then he decided he was just going to keep up with her for her intervals. And at the end, he said, how do you know when to run? And it got us to thinking, there's a lot of people who could accomplish a lot more. You could walk more, you could run more if you just knew what resources were available to you. So think about now, what's something that you have in mind that you would like to do that you're telling yourself you can't do it, and it's just because you haven't found the resources yet to support you. People who have learned about Jeffing, the Jeff Galloway method for run, walk, run, people who have started working with coaches and started working with new watches, realize that intervals are such a thing. There are interval timers. You can wear a little clock right here on your shirt. You can use your watch to do your intervals. You can use your phone. There are a lot of ways that you can use to measure your intervals. When I start working with a new athlete, I encourage them to run for literally 15 to 30 seconds at a time. You don't have to run for a long time, but you run for 15 seconds and then you walk for a minute. Or you run for 15 seconds and then you walk for 2 minutes. And then you keep doing that. And if you can do, let's say 5-6 intervals with those 15 seconds for a couple of days, and then you try and extend your intervals in a week or two, and then after that, you extend your intervals again and again, you'd be surprised at what you can accomplish, what you can achieve when you give yourself different tools and different resources. It's the same thing with your clothing. When I first started running, I was still very insecure with all the curves on my body, so I ran in baggy clothing because that's what all of the curvy girls did back then. And I didn't realize until, I realized the hard way that running in baggy clothing makes you feel like you're running with a parachute on. It's literally weighing you down and adding extra resistance that you don't need. So when I learned to get comfortable with my curves and wear tank tops and wear fitted clothing, I could run better and faster. When a doctor prescribed compression leggings for me and helped me realize that that would help with the pain that I physically felt in my legs and the swelling that I felt, I was able to progress from the elliptical and the bike to running and walking without having ridiculous pain. But again, these are resources. And I don't want to say that we all pay the poverty tax, but a lot of us pay the poverty tax because we don't know what resources are available to us and we don't know how to get a hold of them in an affordable way. And so as a coach, those are the things that I do to help people find the resources that they need for support. I've done a clothing swap in the past, and I'm going to do it again so that you have access to more sports clothing, leggings, t-shirts, tank tops, whatever you need if you can't physically afford them, or if you're like most of us and you're in and out, up and down sizes and you need to change without spending a lot of money. We do clothing swaps. I had a friend donate a bunch of bras to me last year so that I could get those in the hands of people who needed them because the store that she worked at couldn't sell them. As a coach, one of my favorite things is educating you on the different things that you have available to you. If you're trying to strength train at home, but you can't afford weights, then put some water in a milk jug and lift that milk jug. Get some cans out of your cupboard, put them in a bag and lift those cans. You have so many different options other than just going out and spending money. The resources are there. We just have to help you find them. So my question for you today is think about something that you want to do, a goal that you have. What resources do you need in order to access those goals or get closer to those goals? Drop it in the comments below. Send me a private message. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can find me. But send me a message at Coach Sabrina L on Instagram. My website is also on all of my socials. I want to hear what is something that you want to do and what is a resource that we can help you find, because the answers are out there. It's 2026. We have access to the internet. You have access to YouTube and Google and all those things. And I'm not going to get into how you feel about AI, but the resources are there. So let's find what you need to help you feel healthier, stronger, and get you closer to your goals, because that's what we're here for. Talk to you soon.